Hi guys, and welcome to our Ultimate Burger Practical. As you already know from me telling you in the lessons, it's going to be split over 2 weeks. So in the first week we're going to deal with our patty, and in the second week we're going to deal with cooking our patty and putting the burger together with the fillings or toppings or whatever you want to put inside. So this is basically a video to try and help you, but also trying to make it cheaper for you. So when you go to the supermarket to buy your minced beef, a bit of advice I would give you is when you buy it in packets, they generally only sell it in 500-gram packs, which are quite expensive, and there'll be too much meat. So the best thing you can do is either share with a friend, or if you go to the counter where you can buy the fresh meat, you can get the right amount that you need. So I've gone to Sainsbury's today and I've bought 200 grams for £1.20, and this is around the right amount to get 1 or 2 burgers out of it. So I'm going to open up my meat. I'm not going to let it touch the chopping board because obviously I'm trying to avoid cross-contamination. I'm going to put my meat into my mixing bowl. So just to sort of show you the amount that you need, 200 grams is going to be this sort of size. So this is going to go into my chopping bowl. Again, if I'm touching it, which I'm not doing at the moment because it's wrapped up in plastic, that's going in there. If I do accidentally touch the meat, I'm going to have to wash my hands to prevent cross-contamination. So that is sitting in there. I have not touched the meat. I've got a clean chopping board. I've got a clean chopping knife. For the most part of the lesson, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be preparing your onion and your garlic. Okay, these are going to take the most amount of time. Right, I've got 2 onions. Again, it's up to you what you want to use, but you're only going to use part of an onion. You can already see these are very small onions, but you're not even going to use the whole onion. So again, if you want to share with a friend to cut costs, that's a good idea. Also to reduce waste. But these onions, that one was 4p and that one was 8p, the red onion. But again, it's up to you what you want to use, or you might have in the house already. So I'm going to show you with the regular onion first. Also, I've got a clove of garlic. I know we used these a couple of weeks ago, so if you've got some left over, that's also a good thing to use. Adds a lot of flavour to your burger. What I've already done is I've already peeled the skin off the onion, so I've now got an onion with no skin on it. I'm probably going to use about half the onion. So I've used my bridge hold claw grip to go through the onion on my chopping board. What I can then do is use the onion's flat side face down, so it makes it more easy to cut. Okay, it gives me more control rather than a round side, which is likely to wobble around a lot more. So the aim of the cutting exercise for you is to try and make the smallest pieces as possible, because if you have big pieces in your burger, when you're cooking your burger tends to try to break up. Okay, so the smaller pieces you can make of your garlic and your onion, the less likely your burger is to break when it's being cooked. So I'm going to go on there with my bridge hold and my claw grip on the knife, and I'm just going to try to chop very thin slices. Okay, once I've got to the point where I've got my thin slices sitting on the chopping board, like so, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to try and go through the other way. So as you can see, these are still very large pieces, and if I leave these this sort of size and I put them into my burger, what's going to happen to the burger is, as I said already, once it's cooking, it's going to start to break up and it's going to be messy and not exactly what you want at all. So what I'm going to do while it's sitting on that chopping board, I'm going to continue to chop through it until I get ever smaller pieces of onion. So keep on bringing it back into a neat pile, and then take your knife and chop back through. Okay, now obviously in the lesson you're going to have more time than I have now because I want to keep the video quite short. So I'm going to give you just an idea here in terms of the technique. But again, in the lesson you won't be rushed. You can definitely spend a bit more time really making each one of these pieces much smaller. Okay, so I'm going to do this one last time for my purpose of a demo. Again, it's still quite coarse, so I probably want to go much smaller. But as you can see, we're getting there. Okay, so that is my onion done. The next job, while I'm still on the chopping board, is the garlic. Now again, I know that some of you during the last practical said that you didn't like the taste of the garlic. Obviously, if you don't like the taste of it, leave it out. You don't need to have it in there at all. But for most of us who do like garlic, garlic it gives us a big flavour boost. So I'm going to put garlic in mine. Again, I'm going to try to go for the smallest size pieces of garlic. So again, I'm using exactly the same technique as I got for my onion, going through there really quickly, make it back into a little hill. Yeah, getting much smaller. And again, in the lesson, you'll have way more time than I have now. You're going to have your... Right, guys, sorry, had a little bit of a technical difficulty there, receiving a phone call at the same time as trying to film. So I'm going to keep going for a moment. Obviously, we've got to the point where the onion is chopped into very small pieces. I've now chopped the garlic as well. They come together, so I've got a pile of garlic and onion. As you can see, it's not a huge amount. In the lesson, you can always ask me if you've got enough. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to add it to my bowl with my mincemeat. Okay, incidentally, another thing I was going to mention about the mincemeat is, if we're trying to make this burger as healthy as possible, it's a good idea to use lean mincemeat. So the beef mince that I bought was 10% fat. Some of the ones that you get in the packets are 5% fat, but try to get something that's quite low fat. Okay, so as I said, Sainsbury's was good because they had 10% behind the counter. It only cost me £1.20 instead of almost £4 for a big pack. So I've now got in here my mincemeat, my garlic, my onion. That's ready for a mix, but before I mix it, we're going to talk a little bit about seasonings. So the basic seasonings that any burger will have are always going to be salt and pepper. Okay, so obviously these are things that you have in the house anyway, and things that you must put in your burger. Salt will be a pinch of salt. So if I just put it into my palm, like so, that's way too much, but a pinch of salt. Let's go in there so I get rid of that one because I don't need so much. And also pepper. So again, it's seasoned to taste. If you like pepper, put a bit more in. If you don't like it very much, don't bother. So there's my pepper. And then it's really up to you as to what else you want to put in. So just from looking in the cupboard, I've got things like chili flakes. So I don't really like chili, but if you like chili or hot food, then this might be something you can put into your burger. Other things, I definitely like paprika or smoked paprika, so I may well put a little bit of smoked paprika in. That is going to give it a sort of slight smoky flavour. Other things, you've got cayenne pepper. Again, that sort of gives it a slight smoky, peppery taste and aroma, so you could use that if you wanted to. And then you've got traditional herbs like thyme or oregano, which can go in there as well. So it's completely up to you what you've got in your cupboard at home, what you prefer in terms of tastes. Those are things that you can put in. Also, you can maybe think about cultures as well. So if you're looking at different cultures, they use different seasonings. So if you're from, you know, your parents or your grandparents are from a different culture, they might be able to give you advice as to what you could put in your burger that will make your burger better than anyone else's, or, you know, an individual burger. Remember, it's a competition. So we've now got in there seasonings, onions, garlic, and the meat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to mix it up. So I want to mix it quite thoroughly so that I don't have big areas of meat with no onion or garlic or vice versa. So I'm probably going to spend a good few minutes mixing this all together and making sure that everything is mixed well. Once I get to the point where I've got everything mixed well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to make the patty shapes. Okay, if you feel that it's not coming together well, another trick that you can use is to put some breadcrumbs in there. So again, in your house, I wouldn't say go and buy them, but if you do have in your cupboard some breadcrumbs, not breadcrumbs like you make with bread, but the actual little sort of breadcrumbs themselves, you can use some of these as well. It tends to bind the burger together. So again, optional. If you've got it, you can bring it. If you haven't got it, not a big problem. Some people add egg at this point, but again, I wouldn't bother. It's just another cost that you're going to have to put together. But egg again binds things together, so the job of the egg is to actually hold the burger together. But you're probably not going to need it. So again, if you've got it, you can bring it. If you haven't got it, don't worry about it. So that is now nicely mixed. Here we go. And now it's about making the burger patty shapes. But what we're going to do is we're probably going to do that next time. So during the lesson, I'm going to give you a food bag, like a freezer bag, look like this, which is sealable, and we'll have a Sharpie pen in the lesson. So what we'll do is we'll want to write your name on this. Then you'll be able to put your meat seasonings, garlic, onion into the bag. We'll freeze it, and then in 2 weeks' time, when you come in for the next practical lesson, we'll have already taken them out of the freezer, and they'll be defrosted in your lesson. And that is where we're going to start with the next video. Okay, apologies for the little break in the video, but we'll try and fix a better video next time. Okay, looking forward to next week. Well done, have a good weekend. Take care, guys.